He's brought down.
1 yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play.
On 2nd and 9. Darnold. That'll be taken in by Anderson. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. And how about this first drive? They're being aggressive, slinging it around.
Really confident, too, because they're not trying to fool them with running plays, throwing it, and they're being very successful right now.
To throw is Darnold. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick. They are in a zone. Remember, folks, 4 interceptions for this defense a week ago. First drive, make it number 5.
And the focal point will be the people who pick the ball out of the air. But let's not forget, to make that happen, it has to be an excellent pass rush, terrific coverage where they are plastered to the receivers, and then, of course, taking it away, making the catch, and going in the other direction.
Blanchard, he was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
And they're going to get the first down here across the 15-yard line. Give them 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the 3rd down conversion.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
The numbers for Mixon last week, 12 carries, 128 yards. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first?
How about the first month of the season for him? He leads the league in rushing, so you know his confidence is at an all-time high, which means his offensive line loves it too. They'll get more opportunities to run block for him.
They'll run for the first time with Austin Eckler. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. To throw on 2nd down, Blanchard got this complete to the rookie out of UMass, Andy Isabella. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Andy Isabella, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And a nice job by him to catch the slant and then navigate and break free.
And receivers love slant routes because it gets the ball in their hands so quickly and oftentimes on the move. And when they're on the move like that, then they get to use their best asset, which is usually their speed.
And their speed sometimes, like this instance, can take them into the end zone. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Let's go.
The New York set to take the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Here's Bell, and he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. From the 50, it's Darnold. It's caught by Aguilar. And he's got a first down as a tackle made at the Bills' 22-yard line.
49 the mic, 149. Hey, tight end right. Watch tight end.
Darnold off the play fake to Bell. On the catch, it's Crowder. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. The shotgun snap for Darnold. That is caught by Anderson for a Jets touchdown. Robbie Anderson, his second touchdown on the season, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Bouncing back nicely from that bad opening drive where he threw the interception. Drive number 2 leads him right down the field and into the end zone.
So obviously his confidence was never lost, and that's a good thing to see. Great quality to have, and you absolutely must maintain that as a quarterback. But I have to think that they're probably still on the script that they prepared for this game. Just the second drive. They've worked on these plays all week in practice. Put them to good use on that one.
And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. And here come the Bills. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
A gain there of 21 yards.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. On 2nd down, Mixon. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 14 yards, and the Bills will get a new set of downs.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. It'll be a pickup of 16, but they'll remain short of the marker, and it's 4th down.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent gain. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, of that marker. But he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12. Well, they deemed it 4-down territory, and they got 4 yards to pick up the first. On 1st down, Blanchard. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal.
How about that run? Picks up a first down. Note the enthusiasm in my voice. Remember, last week, AFC Offensive Player of the Week. I think he's trying to get another one in the fold.
And you talk, and he takes it in across the chalk for a Bills touchdown. Joe Mixon with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Bills have taken the lead. Now, let's not forget that was all set up by the fourth down conversion earlier in the drive.
Would have been a complete letdown if the drive doesn't culminate this way, wouldn't it? If you're going to go for it on fourth down, your intention is to make sure you get a touchdown out of the drive, and that's exactly what they did. Converted, and then converted a second time for 6 points.
Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it all culminated in the touchdown run coming from Joe Mixon. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. The Jets offensive unit ready to get going here. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own. Business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Robbie Anderson, the man he was looking for, and it's third down. From the gun on third down, here's Darnold. And that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete. We saw a lot of that a week ago defensively from him. AFC Defensive Player of the Week. Just always seems to be around the football. I
like your observation there. Understands the game, understands positioning, can put himself in the right spot, and then make a play on the football.
Taking it about the 16. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. Joe Mixon and the rest of his offense making their way back onto the field. First month of the season, those numbers pretty solid. Does he continue that?
I think so, because when you come out of the gate this strong, that means that you have planned for it and you like the results that you're getting. So I wouldn't have any doubt that the head coach, offensive coordinator actually called him in and said, look, you're our guy, okay? We're going to continue to stick with this as long as we're winning games. You ready for the challenge? And then they presented it to the rest of the team. I think we'll see plenty of...
Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Olivier Vernon coming in with some force for the sack that time. So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Now Eckler. Room here to run. That one good for 26 and a first down.
Oh, that's a big one right there. You talk about breaking off a huge chunk of real estate. But if you're the defensive coordinator, you cannot dwell on the fact you just gave up an explosive run. You have to look ahead, regroup your guys.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Austin Eckler, his fourth touchdown on the year. And the Bills will add on to their lead.
Brandon, my man, just one sentence for that one. Clinic.
And that's what they've done. They lead the league in points per game this season, but it's been quick strikeability as we saw on that drive.
I think they're actually intimidating defenses because they're back on their heels right away, wondering where it's going to come from, how they're going to hit them. This group is well organized, well coached, and extremely confident in what they do.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Let's go, boy. Bring it up.
And New York set to take the field. And a first half that really has not been kind to them. A late opportunity here to maybe make some inroads on this deficit before half.
And this drive's going to go a long way towards telling us whether they actually have a chance to come all the way back in this game or not.
On first down, it's Darnold. That's complete. It's Bell. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Back to throw, Darnold. Into the hands of his receiver, Anderson. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Open man is Robbie Anderson. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Darnold now 12 of 15 throwing the ball, 80% so far, and it's 1st and 10. Throwing again is Darnold. And he's got it complete to Anderson. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. 23 yards on the play. This is 1st and goal, and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Here's Darnold. Throw complete to Herndon. He'll get only 2 there, and it's 2nd and goal.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So he's
in trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Now Darnold on 3rd and goal. Goes underneath for Bell. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. It's a gain of a couple on what should be the final carry of half number 1. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And they were winners in that one as they defeat the visiting Tennessee Titans. 10-3, the final score. Finally, let's get to Indianapolis to check on the Colts at home at Lucas Oil Stadium. And they were winners in...
All right, folks, eager to get back to this Week 4 matchup. We won't put up a fight. Bills with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spend the entire halftime just working with them on here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. It's a 6-yard run, leaves them with about a foot or so here still to go to hit the marker with 3rd down coming up.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. On 3rd down, Hines. And some room to roam now. A big play on the ground there. It goes for 36 yards.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. Now as we look down, it appears we've got a Jet shaking up on the play. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now it's Hines. And he's going to get this down close to a first at about the Jets' 24. And quickly they get to the line. They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. Inside the 5. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Defense was thinking run, and they're dealt a pass of just under 20 yards. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
Well, the spotlight hit him once already tonight as he got into the end zone. He was trying to make it a double spotlight, wasn't it?
But credit the defense, bottling him up, not letting him get in for the second score there. 2nd and 3. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
When you're this close to the goal line, you've got to expect pressure from the defense, so the ball's got to come out fast. Got to get out of his hands quicker.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
They may be snapping the ball near the goal line, but all you're thinking defensively, keep them out of the end zone. Force the incompletion, force them into going for 3, and not giving up 6.
On 4th down, Blanchard. And this is going to be intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make? Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Robbie Anderson, 76 yards, as his guys are back within a single score. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Elliott good with a PAT. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. Fielded about a yard deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So here are the Bills to take over. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and right now looking good in this one as well. They begin the drive with Hines. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 11 yards and a Buffalo first down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Back to throw. Blanchard over the middle, complete. That's Bradley. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 12 yards that time and a Bills first down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Looking to throw. Blanchard throwing right, and that's complete. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Throwing again. Blanchard. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
On 3rd down, Hines. And they stop him short of the first, as he can only get to the 20. A good effort there, 9 yards, but it's going to leave him looking at a 4th and 1. They'll run forward with Hines. And now a fumble. The ball's out. No dice for Sean McDermott in the offense. And the Jets are going to get the football back.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. The All-Pro in 2 positions. Khalil Mack there to make the stop. From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. Again, it's Bell. Call it an 8-yard gain. Much better shape now on 3rd and just a yard. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. They'll try and run for it with Bell. And the lane closes quickly for Bell, and he did not make it. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
Now it's Darnold. A screen to Bell. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up a 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Darnold completes it. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A good pickup there, 21 yards. Darnold now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. To the air again, Darnold. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 16. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Naeem Hines, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Bills will add on to their lead. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
And New York set to take the field. And in enemy territory last time through the interception. We'll see what they do on this drive.
Can't wait to see how it alters what they decide to do in play calling. Do they continue to throw the ball? Do they want to lean more on the running game? It'll be an interesting sequence of plays that they've got coming up.
Does it often affect the play calling with the interception? How much does that change what you do?
I think it does, depending on why the interception was thrown. Sometimes it's just a matter of the defense made a great play, so you continue to come back. But if it's on you, if the offense just doesn't have the confidence, if they're a little bit shaky, maybe try and take the pressure off and run the ball a little bit.
The Jets on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Aguilar has it. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first.
March 49. I'm going to run you over.
On 1st and 10, Darnold. That'll be taken in by Anderson. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Well, this is how you shape the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
7 yards there and a first down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Darnold. That's caught by his tight end, Uzama. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And Anderson's got it. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 17-yard line. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. He was trying to find his tight end, Chris Herndon, and that'll bring up 2nd down. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Darnold now to throw. He's got Herndon, his tight end. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. Now Darnold. And this is going to be incomplete.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
So a minute and change to go, and this is going to be an onside kick. And the Bills are going to recover. A tough one there. They certainly wanted that when they needed it, but they didn't absolutely have to get it. They still do have 3 timeouts.
You're exactly right. They had to attempt it. But even though they didn't get it, as you noted, with 3 timeouts, if they can get these stops on defense, all hope is not lost.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. That one looks like he'll throw here. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just second down. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. To throw again. Blanchard. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. So now 3rd and 10. They had the big play to start the drive, but 2 incompletions since. They run with Hines. And he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short of what he needed. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. And that's off the right upright. Thought it might sneak in, but it did not. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So this defense gets an assist from the goalpost, and as a result, it's going to keep them within 1 score.
Yeah, that looked to be good the whole way. But that is a big break here in the 4th quarter of a football game. Now your offense needs to find a way to capitalize.
Darnold and the Jets now. Down 28-21. A little under 40 seconds to go. Now the missed field goal gives them new life as they come up in a 1-score game on 1st and 10. Darnold. Caught here by Bell. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. He's back to throw. Herman's got it complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for Buffalo, that early momentum continues here as they move to 4-0. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the New England Patriots. Meanwhile, for the Jets, they'll fall back to 500 at 2-2. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.